M.C. Escher was famous for his tessellations, so we're going to make a tessellation based on a square. So please print out this grid paper that I've provided, and then just with a pencil, we're going to make a square on it. We're going to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down here. Okay, so there's our square. We're going to start at the top left corner, and we're going to just randomly draw some lines. Starting here, you can go up, you can go diagonal, you can move to the right. Whatever you feel like doing. Now, everything that I did up here, I need to do the same down here starting in this corner. So I went out on a diagonal first. Diagonal, over, up. Just follow the same thing you did. Just like that, okay? So that's the top and the bottom. Now we're going to do the left and the right side. And we start in this corner going this way. So I'm going to make a tessellation. It comes down and either ends here. Probably here will be best. Doing the same thing. I'm just making this up as I go. Okay? I start now to do the same thing over here. So I went diagonal first, and I went up. And I went this way, up, down, over, down, and then I connected like that. Okay, we've just made a shape that will tessellate, and I'll show you what that means here in a minute. First of all, I'm going to erase the lines that I don't need anymore. Some of these original square lines. Because what we're going to do next now is cut this out with scissors. When you cut it out with scissors, you need to be very exact. Do your very best cutting that out. Okay, here's my shape that I've cut out with scissors. Now we're going to get just a plain old piece of paper. This is just 8.5 by 11 copy paper. And I'm going to start to trace my shape onto it. So it's really important the way you set this up, that you line it up with the edges. This tessellation shape is based on a square, so we're going to make sure it's all squared up here. And the very first one's kind of the most important. Once I get it in place, I'm going to use one hand to hold it down so it can't move. And I'm very carefully going to trace around this shape. You'll notice my left hand, I keep moving it to make sure that it gives support so I can be as accurate as possible and draw this the best I can. We are using a pencil and we can erase if we need to, or redraw something that's not straight or something, but no big deal. Okay, almost all the way around. A little bit of patience. All right, let's see how we did. So there's the shape. Now the next thing, this is where it was. What I would like you to do is just slide this down and see it should fit right in that drawing. Make sure you line it on this edge. See how that was sticking out right there? I can't do that. Even if I have to fudge a little bit up here, I want to make sure I stay even on this edge all the way down the paper. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace, and I'm going to trace, and I'm going to trace, clear down to the bottom. I'll come up here at the top, trace, 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 and cover the whole page with the tessellation. Okay, I have finished tracing my little tessellation piece and covered the entire paper. You can see it all fits together like a puzzle, no spaces in between. The next thing you can do is you can take a Sharpie marker and trace it You could also take a colored pencil, depending on what you have at home. A crayon could even work, just to give it a good outline. Okay, the next step is to take this and turn it around and upside down and see if you can see something in there. This is where we get to be creative. And your assignment is to draw or turn it into something. Now, I've had a couple of different ideas. I've actually erased one of them, but I had President Trump drawn in here looking kind of mean. And then I decided maybe that wasn't the best choice. But I don't want to be political in any way. But then I also saw this fish, and I ended up drawing this fish first in pencil. Now I've outlined it, and I would then need to draw this fish, or I might do President Trump looking this way and the fish looking this way, and then President Trump and fish. Whatever you decide to do and draw is great. Then you can go in and color each one of these. Please be sure to check out Mrs. Sotelo's example for these tessellations. She's got a finished example on the instructions page in the Google Classroom. It's really good. Enjoy making your tessellation.